Never waste a good crisis. And when it comes to the economic crisis, don't waste it when it can have a very positive impact.
You never want a serious crisis to go to waste.
The way we're going to win over the long term is not just militarily. We've got to win over hearts and minds. And what that means is we've got to invest in countries that have no educational infrastructure, have no means for young people to get ahead. We've got to give them a stake in creating the kind of world order that I think all of us would like to see.
Stay tuned for politics and religion. Great news emanating out of the state of Tennessee. Homeschoolers on the run win U.S. asylum. A judge has ruled teaching children basic right no country has right to violate. Now, you have heard this story before. We've talked about it on this program. But there was a family in Germany that did not want their children exposed to the sexual promiscuousness and the occultish teachings that were widely held in the German educational system. So they chose to school their children at home. Well, but as a result, Germany said, sorry, we don't want a parallel social system here in Germany. We want everyone to think alike, to walk alike, to dress alike, to believe alike. Boy, this reminds me of something that happened in Germany about 60 or 70 years ago. Anyway, Germany had ruled, the highest courts had ruled, that homeschooling was not allowed, that the German government had an overriding interest in schooling everyone's children so that they could blend into German society as they are attempting to build. Well, in a decision bound to send a shock wave through the European Union, a federal immigration judge today granted political asylum in the United States to this German family whose members feared persecution if returned to their home country because of their decision to homeschool. The judge in the case said, we can't expect every country to follow our Constitution, said Judge Lawrence Oberman. The world might be a better place if it did. However, the rights being violated here are basic human rights that no country has a right to violate. The decision in the Memphis, Tennessee hearing grants permission to Uwe and Hannah-Lori Romeke and their 5 children to remain in the United States, according to the Virginia-based Homeschool Legal Defense Association, which has been working on the family's case. The article goes on to say that the German homeschoolers who have been fined the equivalent of thousands of dollars have been threatened with jail and have even watched their children be confined to a psychiatric hospital diagnosed with school phobia. Germany effectively has made homeschooling illegal because of laws. Get this. Can you come to grips with this? This is unthinkable. Because of laws dating back to the pre-World War II move as Hitler rose to power. This law was passed in 1938 that homeschooling was illegal because Hitler wanted all of the Hitler youth right under his control and especially his mental brainwashing. Well, that law is still on the German books. And now today's German government, Angela Merkel, they're enforcing these Hitlerite laws saying you can't teach your own kids. Those are our kids. Well, it's a little hard to grip, isn't it? It's a little hard to grasp. Anyway, the German government, they explain the German government has a legitimate interest in countering the rise of parallel societies that are based on religion. The article goes on to say, in order to avoid this in the future, the Education Authority is in conversation with the affected family in order to look for possibilities. Now, this is a German technocrat who is speaking here. We are talking to the homeschool authorities in order to let me see if I can get this just right because I want you to hear it. To look for possibilities to bring the religious convictions of the family into line with the unalterable school attendance requirement. So, the officials in the German government are talking to the parties involved to bring the religious convictions of the family into line with the school attendance requirements of Germany. How do you like the government trying to bring your religious convictions into line with governmental policies? I say, thank God for the United States of America. Thank God for freedom of religion. Thank God for freedom of speech. That's some of the things we still enjoy in this wonderful country.